The Ford Maverick has become a true hit in the US market, and this definitely caught Ford by surprise. Ford is still managing to adjust its production and meet the demand for this incredible small pickup truck. Now in its third production year, the Maverick is slowly getting dated, so Ford is trying to introduce many upgrades with the new model. So if you want to learn more, stay with us while we cover how the all-new 2025 Ford Maverick wows everybody. Configurations. Let's start with a topic that will make everyone happy. We're talking here about the configurations that will be available with the Ford Maverick. For the 2024 model year and the years prior, this model came in only one configuration, which is the crew cab and the 4.5-foot bed. This type of configuration is easily the most popular out there by far. But there are also many people who need something different. People need these trucks for work, and they don't need rear bench seats. So many people dream about having the ability of getting a Ford Maverick with an extended cab and a longer bed. And let us tell you that your dreams are over, because the new Ford Maverick will reportedly get this feature. The 2025 model is expected to come with an extended cab and a longer 5.5-foot bed. This will make the Ford Maverick the top model in this segment when it comes to configurability and options available for buyers. So if you're looking for this upgrade, it's definitely worth waiting for the all-new 2025 model, because this model will shake up the industry. Powertrains. Powertrains are another area where this model will see some improvements. Maybe not as significant, but the powertrains will definitely change for the 2024 model year. The engines that come with the Maverick will stay the same. These are the 2.0-liter EcoBoost, which will again be the base engine, and there will be the 2.5-liter for the hybrid. A novelty for the 2025 model year will be the boost in performance for both of these engines. The EcoBoost is expected to get a boost and produce more power. Ford is looking at what other truck makers do with their turbocharged engines. That's why Ford is also planning to introduce a low output and a high output version of this engine. The low output model is expected to make as much power as the current model, which is 250 HP and 277 pound-feet of torque. The new high output engine that Ford is expected to introduce is expected to produce up to 300 HP and 325 pound-feet of torque. And all this torque will be a massive improvement over the standard 2.0 EcoBoost engine. Another improvement will also be the introduction of a plug-in hybrid version along with the mild hybrid. This new plug-in hybrid version will implement the same 2.5-liter engine, but this time it'll be paired with a more powerful electric motor and a larger 37 kilowatt-hour battery pack. This model is expected to make up to 230 HP, but horsepower is not the important aspect here. The greatest improvement will be the MPGs that this model will deliver. This new model will bring up to 70 miles only in EV mode, which is absolutely amazing performance. This will make the new plug-in hybrid one of the best city cruisers in this segment. But the downside is that this plug-in hybrid will cost a lot more compared to the mild hybrid version. So you have to be prepared for this price hike that will come with this model. Towing and payload capacity. Towing and payload are hugely important factors when it comes to shopping for a new truck. A truck has to deliver in these areas in order to be considered as a good option to purchase. Luckily for you, the 2025 Ford Maverick is expected to improve in this area quite a lot compared to its predecessor. Just for reference, the current model delivers 2,000 pounds of towing as standard and 4,000 pounds when properly equipped with a towing package. What is good for the 2025 model year is that the base towing capacity will improve up to 3,000 pounds, and if you opt for a tow package, you will unlock the maximum 5,000 pounds. And for a truck of this size, 5,000 pounds is probably the maximum that you can get because of the frame limitation. Unibody chassis simply does not allow more than 5,000 pounds of towing to be added. The structural integrity will be put under question and the frame could crack. When it comes to payload, the numbers are expected to stay pretty similar to the current model, which is about 1,500 pounds of payload capacity. And honestly, this is more than decent performance for a pickup truck of this size. Fuel economy. Fuel economy is another aspect that is really important when it comes to cars nowadays. Long gone are the days when customers did not care about how much fuel their vehicle was using. Nowadays, everyone is after a vehicle that delivers decent MPGs, and the Ford Maverick is such a vehicle. This model will give you up to 22 miles per gallon in the city and 28 miles per gallon on the highway, even with the non-preferable 2.0 EcoBoost engine, which for the truck of this size is an excellent number. What is interesting is that these numbers should improve for the following years with the newly refined version of the 2.0 EcoBoost. This engine will be more efficient than its predecessor, and we can expect that the numbers will rise for a few MPGs. On top of that, the hybrid version will also become even better with the introduction of the plug-in hybrid model. This new plug-in hybrid model is expected to deliver an average fuel economy of 38 miles per gallon. This is quite similar to the mild hybrid, but the main difference is that this model will create more power to the wheels. You'll also have the ability to drive your Ford Maverick in EV mode alone. This will mean that you'll be able to get up to 70 miles only in electric mode. This will make the plug-in hybrid version the perfect truck for people who drive on short distances. You'll basically never have to turn on the internal combustion engine in your Ford Maverick if you opt for this model. Exterior and interior. The exterior and interior design are the areas where we will see a lot of improvement with the new 2025 Ford Maverick. This model was introduced 3 years ago and slowly but surely is getting dated. Customers want to get something new and exciting. Luckily for you, for the 2025 model year, Ford is planning to introduce a refreshed version of the Ford Maverick. This new refreshed model was already spotted on the streets with the recognizable pre-production camo to hide the new parts. But underneath the camo, there will be a new headlight and grille design that will give the Ford Maverick a more contemporary look. The rear end of the model will also see some improvement compared to the current version. A new taillight design, new bumper, and new tailgate are expected to be introduced as well. The side profile of the 2025 Ford Maverick is expected to stay pretty much the same as the current model. And another big improvement over the current model when it comes to the interior will be the new portrait screen that will come with the Ford Maverick. In these spy photos that we caught on the web, we noticed a large portrait-style screen, like the one that you can find in the larger Ford Ranger. This means that the 2025 Ford Maverick will implement a redesigned dashboard and more technology. Everybody loves big screens and will really be a shame if Ford does not introduce this new large screen with the Maverick. This will boost the sales numbers even more compared to the current 2024 model. But besides these changes, there are a lot of things that are still unknown, and we will have to wait until the official introduction of this model to tell what will be the exact changes that will be included with the 2025 model. New Maverick Lobo. One major news that recently struck the automotive world is the introduction of a new Ford Maverick trim. Recently, Ford has created a trademark for the name Ford Lobo. Lobo in Spanish means wolf, so this is reportedly the new trim that will be introduced with the Ford Maverick. The Maverick Lobo is expected to get a high output version of the 2.0 EcoBoost engine that we previously talked about. The Lobo is expected to be a high-performance street truck, the same as the new Toyota Tacoma X-Runner. Nevertheless, the Lobo will sit lower, which will come with beefy racing suspension and also low-profile tires. In addition to this, there will be completely custom interiors that the buyer can choose from. All this with the sole goal of making the most powerful compact pickup truck on the market. Pricing. Pricing is another very important factor when it comes to buying a new pickup truck. Prices in recent years have increased quite substantially. So much so that the Ford Maverick became the only truck that people could afford. But this model also increased in price in recent times. What is good for 2025 is that since the inflation is getting low these days, the new model will also reduce in price. So we can expect a generous $1,000 discount over the current model that is offered now for $23,815. This is a big pro since the more money the buyer will save, the more trucks will sell.